60 Cycle Hum features a mix of products that were purchased or provided and content that is a mix of sponsored, paid, unpaid, and Patreon funded. Use your eyes, ears, and common sense to come to your own conclusions.
Hey everyone, I'm Ryan. You're watching 60 Cycle Hum, and in this video, I'm going to guide you through the Valco KGB FUZZ. This is a big fuzz. Have you noticed that? This is a big fuzz pedal. Here's a Boss pedal for size comparison. It's not compact, I'll say that. But it's not as big as its predecessor, the Valco Bloodbuzz. Nearly twice the size. The Bloodbuzz, of course, is a loving tribute to the Love Tone cheese source pedal. It's a dual-sided overdrive and fuzz pedal. Well, they took the fuzz side and they slammed it in here and they gave it a bunch of expanded options that make it a really smart choice for anyone wanting to run all kinds of instruments through it. KGB stands for keyboard, guitar, and bass. That's what they're going for with this pedal, a fuzz pedal that can do it all. And the way it does it is with a blend slider here. That's right, you can blend in your clean tone into your crazy destroyed fuzz tone. You've also got a line and instrument switch here, and you have an input impedance dial. So those are the big changes. You also have a dry out, which is also affected by the impedance thing here. And other than that, it's the same controls as the Bloodbuzz here. You have a 4-position voice switch for the fuzz. You have output, tone, and of course, fuzz. All right, let's get into it. By guitar YouTuber law, I have to show you my clean tone first, or I will be subject to penalty and fine. And I'm never gonna sound that clean again in this video. Here is the KGB fuzz on the first position, which is actually not the first position, it's the second position, but there's an off position. This is the first position, it's not the off position. You know, I like that. I love me some just nasty, gated, Velcro ripping fuzz, and this does it. All right, let's get into some of the basic settings. We'll go to the off position, which actually bypasses the tone stack. It becomes a two-knob fuzz, like a tone bender or fuzz face sort of deal. Can't talk. Yeah, the tone does nothing. Might as well explore the blend slider while we're here. You really can go all the way clean with it. What I like to do with the blend is have it about halfway and then experiment with adjusting the tone control on the other settings and the fuzz control and dialing in really neat, kind of like late 60s spaghetti western, like French pop kinds of blended fuzz sounds. Yeah, I like that. I've never really gotten clean blended fuzzes before messing around with this pedal, but now what really did it for me is I was sitting around messing around using my little headphone plug rig, playing along to songs, and I started to blend in the clean, and all of a sudden it made so much sense in the mix. Like, I've always leaned into just fully heavy saturated fuzz tones, but bringing in that clean really let it sit in the mix in a pretty unique and satisfying way. So I've been pretty excited about this. All right, let's check out some of the other voices. The number one position is the closest you're gonna get to like a muff sound. Not really a muff, but it has that kind of like EQ quality to it, you know? With all of the voice settings, I find that having the fuzz all the way up kind of folds over and gets squishy and completely destroyed in a fun way, but it might not be what you want all the time. Let's blend it with a really bright fuzz that's pulled back a little bit. Yeah, that's that 60s style fuzz I was talking about. I don't know why I'm playing La Bamba. On to the number two setting, which has more mid presence to it. It's probably better for lead lines and stuff like that. broken, gated, nasty, fuzzy sounds. This thing does it. I'm pulling out all the old classics today. I think number 2 is my favorite position on here. I think it's the most versatile as far as what I like out of a fuzz and the EQ range I like out of a fuzz. Number 3 now. This is the most gated setting. You've really got to slam it with output to get through that. Turning down the fuzz can help quite a bit. You turn it all the way up and it really clamps down that gate. Yeah, there's nothing left. Blending it is actually really fun. You just get that really crisp, like just outside the gate breakup coming through on top of your clean playing. Yeah, and with the tone up, you know I like that. Too much fun. You can see why that would be so much fun in like a spaghetti western or like a 60s throwback sort of mix, or in that like French pop sort of influence that I was talking about. All right, let's find a setting and explore the input impedance. Now, I'm not any kind of sound scientist or electrical engineer or anything like that. I honestly don't really know what impedance means here. I'm a real dumbass. You can quote me on that. But anyways, I do know that changing the position of this dial takes some high end out. Up here on the 1 meg setting, it's all the way open as far as I can tell. You roll it all the way down, it gets darker, warmer, kind of muffier in a way. In fact, let's go to the number 1 setting. course, every possession in between gives you a sound in between. I'm sure there's someone out there that is very particular with those settings and cares about that deeply. But for me, the way I use fuzz, I just leave that wide open. Just turn it all the way up, right? Let's explore some other instruments now. It is the KGB fuzz. I don't have a bass, but I do have a baritone. And it starts with a B, so it'll work, right? And it's in B tuning. I'm sure they probably meant bass or baritone when they named it the KGB. Here is my clean sound. And here's the KGB, of course. Try to go all the way dark with this neck pickup with the tone rolled back to simulate sort of a bass tone. I mean, this is a B string. It's like, you know, the A string on a bass on the second fret. You know what? With that impedance down to 27K, it actually noticeably sounded more full, more bass-like to match this. I don't know if that'll translate to YouTube, but it feels and sounds different here in the room. I think that's a fun sound. Should I try a keyboard? I do have a keyboard. It's not the type of keyboard most keyboardists have. I'm going to try it. This is my Casio Tone 301. It is an early 80s, late 70s keyboard and has a pretty serious ground hum. I really don't play keys at all. I fiddle around every now and then. It's actually pretty nice. It works really well with that blend control. Yeah, you can dial in just a little bit of grit on there. I think I missed one note or so. Not that it really matters. Let's try the rhythm section through it. I kind of like that. What do you guys think? I think it's really fun. I've been having a lot of fun messing around with it. If you play in kind of a spaghetti western, retro throwback to the 60s, proto-punk, torn speaker sort of frame of reference, I think there's a lot to offer here. If you're working on recordings in like a studio scenario or something like that, and you need a fuzz that's really kind of adaptable and gives you a lot of cool blending options and little tweaky options like the impedance input and whatnot, I think it's smart. If I was recording an album right now for my surf band, I'd for sure be using this thing, probably all over the place. Also, just like the Bloodbuzz, you can flip it open. There's lots of extra space in there. You can store things, like you could put your phone or your wallet in there. I don't know, what sorts of things do musicians typically store in empty spaces like this? I can't think of anything. Maybe you can make suggestions down below. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, dislike, leave me rude and nasty comments. I'm gonna play out with some stereo fuzz with both of these running at the same time. And you know what? Some people, I'm not saying all people, but some people really enjoy hanging out with me when I launch these videos as premieres. If you want to be part of that super special club, like some people do, then make sure you go down and you click the bell and you set notifications to all so you get notifications when my videos go live, and you can hang out in the chat and talk about the stuff that we talk about. And other than that, buy a shirt if you're naked, support us on Patreon. I don't know if I already said that, and stay grounded.